Hi there, we are going to be working on the 2NBT7 skill, which is fluently add and subtract within 1,000. We are going to be using three strategies for this strategy: base 10 method, partial difference method, and number line method. At this point, we do not teach the traditional method as we want students to have strong number sense and place value understanding when adding and subtracting. Okay, the numbers that I'm using today to subtract are 425 minus 243. I'm going to start with the base 10 method, and I'm going to start with the number 425 and break it down into the base 10 model. So 425, there are 4 100s. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm using squares to represent the hundreds, although I'm going to push those down a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there are 2 10s that I'm going to represent with the lines for my 10s. And there are 5 1s. Which I am representing as dots for the ones. Okay, so I am going to subtract now the 243. I'm going to start with the lowest place value. In this case, it is the ones. And I'm going to take away 3 ones from the 5 ones that I already have. I can do that, which I have a larger number of ones than what I'm subtracting, so I can immediately get rid of those. 1, 2, 3. Crossing them out so I know that those no longer are there. Now I'm going to subtract 4 10s, but I have only 2 10s, so I'm going to need to regroup from my hundreds place. So I'm going to take the 100 and regroup it into 10 10s, of which I'm going to make these into an array. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now I have the needed amount of 10s to subtract the 4 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that shows me what I'm left with in my 10s. And I'm now down to up to my hundreds, of which I'm subtracting 2 100s, 1, 2. And now below I'm going to list each number of the place value that I see left. So there are 2 1s. And there are 8 10s for 80. And a 100 left. And my answer is 182. Okay, now moving over to the partial differences method. Has some similarities to the base 10 method, except we're not using the base 10 model approach. The numbers will be kept in their place value form numerically. So I'm going to start with 425. That becomes 400 because there's 4 hundreds, plus 20 for the 2 10s, plus 5 for the 5 ones. And I'm going to be subtracting the 243, so 200 for the 200s, plus the 40 for the 4 10s, and the 3 for the 3 ones. And I'm going to be subtracting these. So again, I'm going to start with the lowest place value. In this case, it's the ones. 5 minus 3 is 2. And then I move over to my 10s. Again, I have the problem where I do not have enough 10s to subtract the 40 10s. I have 20 here and 40 here, which means I need more 10s. So I'm going to go over to my hundreds and regroup one of the hundreds into here. combine these, and now I have 120. Now I can subtract the 40 from the 120, leaving me with 80, and the 300 minus the 200, leaving me with 100. Combine these again, I get the difference of 182. Okay, over to the number line. I'm going to start on the right side at 425. And I'm going to be subtracting 100, another 100 for the 200, okay, this leaves me at 325, and then at 225. And I'm subtracting 4 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, so each of these is minus 10. So 225, 215, 205, 195, 185, then minus the 3 ones, so minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, 185, 184, 183 to